It's no surprise that you've messed up. Same with me. We all know we're sinners. After all, nobody's perfect. You aren't perfect, neither am I. Nobody's perfect, so why try? Why do we try to do the right thing? Why should we even care what choices we make, what kind of life we live? See, the little nugget of truth in the saying nobody's perfect makes it the ideal excuse to stay complacent about our sin. For some, we allow this thought to create a defensiveness in us that pushes us away from any sort of accountability. For others, we repeat the mantra, nobody's perfect, so that we start to feel okay with halting any growth that might be hard or that requires us to make changes we don't really want to make. It is true, though, we're not perfect. But as Christians, is this where we really want to live? Is this the mentality we want to settle on in life? The famous Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5 is packed with teachings from Jesus about how we should not be okay with excusing our sin. He tells us to be salt and light, different from the world. He in fact urges us in this chapter to remember and keep the law. Later on, Jesus teaches that when it comes to sins like anger and lust, we should look at more than just our actions, but to our heart's response to these sins. He talks about divorce, revenge, loving your enemies, and then he ends it all by saying this, you are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. How about when we hear the phrase, nobody's perfect, we use it to remind ourselves to be grateful for His grace and mercy over our lives, instead of abusing it to live how we want to live. Let's use it to spur us to love Him so much that we want our lives to change.